When we identified the mortar team, half of the mortar team were family members of FBI's key witness in their first fake mastermind trial against Ahmed Abu Khattala. So they took this Libyan, they paid him millions of dollars, they moved him here. He testified that Abu Khattala was the mastermind of this attack, which we've proven he's not. It's Muqtada al-Muqtar, a famous AQIM commander. And he basically covered up that 5 members of the mortar team were his family, and this is FBI's witness against Khattala.
How's this happening?
He lives in America. He lives in Virginia, people. So we're actually also protecting terrorists as part of this Benghazi cover-up.
We're harboring them.
Yeah, so we don't have to be honest and say it was Al-Qaeda.
Are you worried at all bringing this information out?
That doesn't fall on me, right? FBI did a failed investigation. They brought a terrorist to America. Someone has to say what they did wrong because he's a threat, right? He doesn't even live that far from the CIA. He is a threat to Americans. And so someone actually has to do the right thing. Even if you just look at the evacuation from Kabul, right? They say, oh, it's the most successful. We took out 120,000 people. We took out 120,000 of the wrong people, right? There's like 70,000 people. We don't know who they are. And they're there because there's these NGOs affiliated with State Department, right? And they wanted to save a bunch of humans. And they're like, come to the airport. You don't even need ID. Bring like an electricity bill. So it's almost like this white savior complex. I know that sounds really bad. And they just almost care about numbers, right? Then, hey, are we bringing in the right people? Are we taking care of the right people? Like, are these people dangerous to bring into our community? Like, they're not thinking through that, right? They just want to say, oh yeah, we help 500 people, donors, give us more money. And it's almost like this broken system.
As a former CIA targeter, especially with all the people you're calling out today, what do you carry to protect yourself?
Well, if you have to know, chapstick, man.
You gotta be kidding me. Chapstick?
Yes. A lot of people do this.
What are you doing with that?
It's for my lips.
Who
wants to dry mouth? I talk all the time.
Worried about protecting your lips? Nice.
But no, honestly, I really think like women probably shouldn't say what they have in their toolkit. You know what I mean? Because why let people know what you're capable of doing? I don't even talk about the trainings I had because who needs to know that?
Well, nobody.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. Do you want to talk about any of it or nah?
I think I'm good. I let they can come at me and see what happens.
All right. Well, in that case, we won't talk about it then.
Yeah. We found the number one target of our investigation. So we've never made the number one target of our investigation public. So this will be the first time anyone actually hears about him. When we went to investigate the Benghazi attacks, we had 2 goals: bring the attackers to justice and stop them from killing anyone else. So he's the number one target for stopping them from killing anyone else. His name is Abdul Azim Ali Musa Ben Ali, long name. So we just call him Musa for short. So back in the day, he fought like everyone with Al-Qaeda in the Mujahideen era. He became a clandestine officer in Al-Qaeda. So what we did in our investigation, we're like, hey, he's had one job forever in Al-Qaeda, and it is to make the fake travel documents for Al-Qaeda's external operatives. So he was involved in Benghazi. He's been ignored since Benghazi, and now he is the one man that knows every terrorist Al-Qaeda is deploying from Afghanistan.
Whoa. And we have no interest in him.
None. In Libya, Al-Qaeda and ISIS came together because they had a mutual enemy, which was the Libyan National Army. And actually, just a couple months ago, one of our most senior terrorists from the Benghazi attacks, his name is Hashim Abu Sidra, was detained in Libya. The interesting part is it hasn't made the U.S. press, but you know what's really interesting about him? At the time he was detained, he was the head of ISIS in Libya, and he was the head of the operational side of Al-Qaeda in Libya. So see how this is now against narratives, right? He was basically the operational head of 2 groups that you're told don't work together.
Whoa. How are you getting this information?
We are kind of the only ones who work Benghazi, so we actually have a lot of people even just proactively reach out to us now too and say, hey, here's what's happening.
Do you think the government has rectified that segmenting people into this is ISIS, this is Al-Qaeda, this is Taliban?
Of course
this
not.
This is Hamas? It's still compartmentalized.
100%.
Man, that's a real shame. Wow.